And so with that, right now, welcome back to the channel. Just in Belarus was something where I didn't see myself at all. I booked a flight, I arrived, and in today's video I want to on the one side wrap up this time. But first, I want to share with you a few more stories, a little bit more footage that I had from a very different side of Minsk. The most handsome vlogger is back again. Where are you from?
China.
No, India.
India.
No, Philippines.
Philippines.
Most handsome vlogger is back. Woohoo! And right now we're gonna catch a bus, go outside of the city to the reservoir. Bus, van, she calls it shuttle, I call it marshrutka. Okay, and definitely another thing. Don't come to Minsk without completely leaving the city, taking a bus and driving into the end station. Around a 10-minute drive later, we are quite far outside of the city. And this is what is called the Minsk Ocean. And this shot, that was just the best thing ever. We got snacks going, picked up a water, and yeah, before I heard that they call this place, like, I would say kind of jokingly, let's say the Minsk Ocean, the Minsk Sea. It's kind of like a reservoir. It looks actually really, really nice. So we're gonna sit down somewhere, maybe go into the water as well. This guy is just in the good old post-Soviet swim trunks, and I actually didn't bring swimming shorts with me because I came to Minsk when it was like -digit degrees, and now it's close to 30. So I only had, like, you know, my boxer underwear, the good old Calvins from Bangkok, and I thought, like, yeah, that's gonna work, you know. The guys out here, they're out with even less garment, so I should be good. Are these your new friends? You expect it's gonna look like this? It's like 15 minutes outside of the city right now.
Yes, it's so different. It's like different world. I don't even feel like I'm in Minsk.
Yeah, just like 15 minutes outside of the city by car. You have nature, beach.
Bushes.
It's not Bali. It's better. Okay, it's starting to actually get real windy out here, and right now we're gonna be walking by, let's say, the thinnest spot. There's just like kind of like a bridge that is connecting. It's a little bit of an island if it wouldn't have been connected with this piece. So there's like the big piece of water, and then inside it's kind of like a little bit of a reservoir. And you know, luckily I invested a little bit into good audio, so you might not even be able to tell how windy it is, because I also shortened the hair, but... What? I'm your demon. Okay, so as of now we're trying to get somehow back into the city, and there's a little bit of a, let's say, outskirt train station. Let's see where we can get a ticket, if we can get back into the city. Alright, so just picked up the tickets. Tell them about the lady at the counter. She was
yelling at him like crazy. 20 kpyak.
Yeah. Didn't quite hear the price, but the price is impressive. It was 21 kpyak.
It was worth of yelling.
Yeah, it was worth it. I mean, I was still nice to her. She's like this. Oh, back in this civilization here right now. And you know, because it's, let's say, one of my last few days in Minsk, I thought, hey, let's stop by the few areas we haven't been to yet. Right now in front of the arena. It was always like one of those things, yo, look it up, top things to do in Minsk. We have been everywhere, we lived at almost every corner, but this was one of the places we haven't been. Okay, we're done now. Okay, let's go to the mall. This area is interesting because all of the buildings are quite new. You have the huge arena, you have another huge building in the back behind there. Overall, it's very different than what you usually see around here. Okay, so finishing up right now. For now, last workout. Actually, I was actually almost even, you could say, a little bit sad. Had a lot of great workouts here. Been to the gym for 2 months. Definitely made some gains. But for today, for right now, probably for this year, it's going to be the last workout. But yeah, I'm going to definitely come back at some point. Amazing location, gym 24 hours a day. Okay, and as of right now, we are in the Central bookstore looking for some books for my mom. She asked for a psychology book. She's been actually studying quite a bit, and this one, Jordan Peterson, wanted personally to get it for a long time. I think I will get it for both of my parents. 12 Rules for Lives and after 3 months, this is where the Belarus adventure is gonna come to an end. You know, I arrived there in the early March. The world was changing, we all know what was happening, and I ended up staying for 3 whole months, which is for me, let's say, the place that I stayed the longest at for a whole year. I mean, at this point, it's kind of like, especially when you come to a new place, for me, 3 months is kind of like a long place to live anywhere. And so with that, at this point already for a little over 2 weeks in a different place, of which I'm going to share with you more in the coming videos. And what can I say? On the one side, I shared it already in all of my previous videos. I did not expect that I would get into a city that has on the one side like a really modern side, on the other side still a lot of history. It was kind of like, for me, one of my favorite places, definitely in Eastern Europe, one of the Slavic countries. I did not expect that I would feel that comfortable. A few things to keep in mind is obviously I speak the local language, and for the most part I've been just going to the gym, met a few locals, been hanging out a good bit, working on different projects, and that was for me kind of like the time, hey, traveling is not an option right now, and I felt very comfortable with that. But for anyone who's, let's say, considering to go to Belarus and is maybe, I would say overall, I was really surprised. I had an amazing time, and I'll be very, very likely back next year, as let's say the maximum visa you can get right now is 3 months. So if you're interested, let's say, in traveling Belarus or just my time there, I put together a little video series. I'm gonna put it below in the description box. And with that, another, let's say, bigger chapter than expected, you could say, is coming to an end. We're gonna see each other very soon from a different place.